Hello folks, welcome to OTD, also known as On the Deck, where you can get all the sports you need in 10 minutes. My name is Adam Orduna. This is my mom, Gina.
He's a journalist.
She's the enthusiast.
Oh my gosh, I'm enthusiastic. I love the topics we have today. Week in sports news is always good.
We have our week in sports news updates today. It is Tuesday. There's a lot of stuff that has happened since our last show on Thursday. And
well, actually, didn't we do a show on Friday?
We did a special break-in on Friday dealing with the O.J. Simpson parole hearing, which he is on parole. Just to reiterate that did happen for all the people that are super into all that stuff. We did a special break-in for that, and so but since then there have still been a lot of things that took place, and so we're going to list off all these things because we got a laundry list of things going on here. Jordan Spieth did win the British Open for golf. Michael Phelps raced a shark. We'll get to that in a little bit. Clayton Kershaw, as far as baseball goes, he is now out. He is the all-star ace pitcher for the Dodgers. This is his second year in a row that he's out. He's just had a laundry list of injuries. He throws the ball very hard, but the Dodgers really rely on him during the regular season to get them through a lot of games, and he just hasn't been able to stay healthy. But when he is healthy, he is lethal. Well,
the Dodgers are up 11 games in their division. They've been killing it, but basically on his arm.
Exactly. And before the All-Star break, we went to L.A. to play the Dodgers, and we got swept. So
yeah, he's a bad man.
We were the top two teams in Major League Baseball as far as the records go since June 1. And so that was kind of a fun series to watch, but they took us down. So that's a huge story there as far as baseball. Lucky Whitehead just got released from the Cowboys due to allegations of him shoplifting in his home state of Virginia, or at least back in Virginia. And we will also get to that in a little bit. LeBron and Kyrie.
Oh my goodness.
There has been all of this talk about Kyrie wanting to leave Cleveland because he doesn't want to play with LeBron anymore. We will get more on that in a little bit as well. And then we do want to touch on this because I think let's talk about this right now. LeVar Ball, we don't try to bring him up that often because it's just too much. There's just so many layers to him as a person and to his son. Well, anyway, he's got two other sons besides Lonzo that are younger. One of them is going to be an incoming freshman at UCLA to play basketball, and the other one will be a junior at Chino Hills High School. Well, it's the off season for high school basketball, so there's a lot of AAU tournaments. AAU was really just
the whole summer is AAU basketball,
and all that means is that it's just a select team. That's really all that AAU means. Now there are club AAU organizations to where you try out and then you get put on a team, and there's different grades and different levels for each one if you're part of one of those. Or a lot of times it's just one select team and then you go out and play. But all AAU is just select basketball or baseball or whatever, or track.
It's a tryout. You try out, or a coach picks the kids he thinks are the best, and they go play each other.
Well, LeVar Ball is the coach for the youngest son, LaMelo, his AAU team. And now you have a little bit more of the details when it comes to this story, but it just does not surprise me at all. It just continues to hit home for all of the things that we said. Tell the people what happened here over this weekend of what took place.
LeVar Ball showed his behind. That's what happened. Short order. So the team is playing. They're up by 9 points. They're in the game. They inbound the ball. The other team inbounds the ball. Two of LeVar's kids go and attack the player, and they were being very aggressive, attack the ball. The ref calls a foul. It was a 1-on-1 situation. LeVar is yelling. You can be heard yelling, "That is no foul. That's no foul." The ref gives him the hand. Enough, coach. He goes, "That is no effing foul." He curses at the ref. And so the ref turns around and tees him up, which you should.
Yes.
And as soon as LeVar said, "You teeing me up, let's go," he walks out into the middle of the floor in his flip-flop, his BBB flip-flop with his BBB shirt on, and waves his kids off the floor. They all are walking off, and he made them pick up their backpacks and walk out. And the other team stand there like, what? So basically it was a playoff to get into whatever the championship game was in that tournament. But Come on,
So he took
man.
his ball and went home.
He took his ball. But you know what else he did? He took the kids' balls and went home.
Exactly.
You know, and I guess if you sign up to play on LeVar Ball's team, you have an understanding that that could happen. I will say this, as someone who has always coached boys basketball, youth basketball, and who has personally been kicked out of a 5th grade basketball tournament while I was coaching, I do have empathy for the fact that a bad ref or bad calls can be very frustrating to a coach. And I was not proud of myself for getting kicked out, but what I didn't do was yank all of my kids off the floor.
Right.
Because my issue with the ref, adult to adult, had nothing to do with the boys. And for him to yank all the, I mean, he walked out in the middle of the floor and pulled them off. So these are the kind of antics that people have been talking about.
Right.
Now, I will say this, Adam, and then we'll move on from LeVar. Yeah. Like you've said, he's a basketball dad. Everybody's like, oh, he's a great dad. He's a basketball dad.
Correct.
Anybody who's a sports dad or a stage mom, this is the behavior you expect.
Yes.
We just got to quit excusing it because that was an embarrassment. So.
Well, and he's been on national TV for the last umpteen months now doing this dog
and his Facebook
show.
Live reality show, the crew was there, so you're definitely going to show out if the camera's on you.
Exactly.
So
it's just
that's what's happening.
Continues to hit the nail on the head about all of our thoughts when it comes to him.
Right.
And we'll still see what happens with Lonzo, as he did have a good summer league. Okay, so Jordan Spieth, we mentioned, won the British Open. He's got a U.S. Open. He's got a Masters, and now he's got a an Open, or the British Open tournament under his belt. Congratulations to him. 12
won by 12 under, yeah.
So he, you know, struggled a little bit on that the first 9 of the final round.
Right,
the first 9, he struggled a little bit, kind of hit some off the fairway. But he came back. He had a couple birdies, had a couple eagles. He really came back. So congratulations to Jordan, because those weather conditions out there
they were just awful.
Again, we talked about Clay Kershaw. I don't know what's going to happen there.
They're saying it's 4 to 6 weeks, which in baseball, you're in the dog year, your dog days right now, because you're trying to stay in position for the playoffs. So they're 11 games up, so they're probably in good shape, but you never know.
That's a big piece to the puzzle as far as, hey, let's, you know, rely on this guy. But we'll see what happens, and they're still in pretty good standings. Yes, LeBron James and Kyrie Irving, those guys are not feeling each other right now. At least Kyrie's not feeling LeBron, as I guess I should qualify it. Kyrie wants out. He wants to be on his own. He wants to be on a different team. He's tired of the LeBron antics. That has really been breaking news the last couple days, because no one really saw this coming necessarily. As we were saying, shocked. Not you know.
Listen, I am. Yeah. That was a wasp. I don't know. We just don't move. Just stay still.
Okay, just keep going.
Yeah, keep going. So was I shocked? No. Was I surprised? Yes.
Yeah.
So there you go. I'm not shocked that they're not getting along.
Little bit.
But was I surprised at the news right when it came out? Yes.
Okay, so it is Shark Week right now.
Yes.
And it's on Discovery Channel. A lot of people tune in. It's one of the fun weeks of the summer where sharks are very fascinating and things like that. Well, the Discovery Channel at least, we're promoting this Michael Phelps race against a great white shark. And so everyone was thinking, well, how is this going to happen? I want to see this, the fastest man on the planet against a great white shark. How is this going to work out? Everyone was trying to figure it out. And so when you really watched it, it wasn't so much that he was physically racing a shark. He was just going as fast as he could for 50 meters and then 100 meters. And then they just kind of timed a great white shark kind of in spurts, and so they kind of modified the times together. Michael Phelps still ended up losing, which was a little disappointing at that, but it was a lot of people were upset with how it went down.
Ask me how I felt about that.
Well, how did you feel about that? Oh,
that was just a waste of my DVR. All right, next.
So so waste of time apparently. And then last week, want to finish up here. Lucky Whitehead for the Dallas Cowboys, again, as we talked about at the beginning of the show, was just released literally hours ago, 12 hours ago, basically, as allegations came out that he got arrested for shoplifting in Virginia. And he came out adamantly saying that, look, I wasn't even there. I was still in Dallas. I have the plane ticket to prove to people that I was not there. And the Cowboys went ahead and released him. What are your quick thoughts as we're wrapping up here?
My quick thoughts are all black people don't look alike. Just because somebody gives their name, it doesn't mean it's you.
Right.
And number 3, the Cowboys have had so much nonsense and shenanigans. Des Bryant doesn't show up for stuff, showed up 3 hours late for practice. They had to take a hard line about something sometime, and they weren't going to take down their superstar. So poor old Lucky Whitehead, who had a few issues before, but is innocent now, got his head on the chopping block.
Correct.
I think they need to reinstate him immediately, say we stand behind our players, our investigation has shown that he's innocent, and let the man back on to do his job.
I agree. I think it, like you said, all black people don't look alike. Just because you have dreads and you're a guy with tattoos doesn't mean you're an immediate criminal. The Cowboys need to issue a full-out apology and compensate him for the fact that they didn't even investigate fully. They have they got people that are paid millions to investigate their players in background situations like this. They dropped the ball big
And you
time.
talk about image, it would be a lot. It would go a long way for their image if they were willing to say, no,
hey,
we're sorry,
we're
we made a
standing
mistake.
by him.
We'll stand by you.
Yeah, they need to come out with a public statement saying, hey, this was a mistake, that we shouldn't have jumped the gun there. But it is what it is. That's the NFL. It's all about image. And so, you know, when you got players messing up, you know, someone's got to go. And when it's a lower realm guy like him, that tends to happen. Well, we want to say we appreciate your time. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Type in my name, Adam Orduna. Like our Facebook page. Type in OTD. And continue to follow us on Twitter. We want to say we appreciate your time. And we'll see you again, folks.